Commander Jake Sullivan stood at the large window of the space station orbiting Earth. He was drinking his morning coffee when the alarms started ringing. The sound was loud and scary, like nothing he had heard before. Red lights flashed everywhere, on the command center walls. "Sir, we have a problem," said Lieutenant Sam Foster as he ran up to Jake. His face was white with fear. "The long-range sensors are picking up something big." "Really big?" Jake put down his coffee cup and walked quickly to the main control room. The huge screens showed dots moving through space near Jupiter, but these were not normal dots. They were massive ships, bigger than anything humans had ever built. "How many?" Jake asked, his voice staying calm even though his heart was beating fast. "We count over 300 ships, sir," said Captain Tony Martinez from his seat at the sensor controls. "Each one is about 3 miles long. They just appeared out of nowhere." Admiral Lisa Rodriguez walked into the room. She was the top commander of all Earth space forces. Her gray hair was pulled back tight and her eyes were serious. "What do we know about them?" Dr. Kevin Hayes looked up from his computer. He was the smartest person on the station when it came to studying aliens. "The ships are not like anything in our records. The metal they are made from does not match any known materials. And the energy readings coming from them are off the charts." Jake watched the alien fleet move through space. They flew in perfect lines, like they had done this many times before. Each ship was dark and smooth, with strange lights that pulsed along their sides. They looked dangerous and beautiful at the same time. "Sir, they are sending us a message," said Sam from the communications desk. His hands shook as he worked the controls. "Put it on the main screen," Admiral Rodriguez ordered. The screen changed to show a creature that made everyone in the room step back. It was tall and thin, with gray skin that looked like old leather. Its eyes were completely black, and seemed to look right through them. When it spoke, its voice was cold and empty. "We are the Kethver Empire. We have come to claim your world. You will surrender now, or we will destroy every living thing on your planet. You have 3 of your days to decide." The message ended, and the screen went back to showing the alien ships. Nobody spoke for a long moment. The only sound was the quiet hum of the computers. 3 days, Admiral Rodriguez said quietly. "That gives us 72 hours before they reach Mars." Captain Danny White entered the room. He was the leader of Earth's best fighter pilots. "Admiral, what are your orders?" "We fight," she said, without hesitation. "Send word to all Earth Defense Force ships. Tell them to meet us at Mars. We make our stand there." Jake knew this was the moment they had all trained for but hoped would never come. For 50 years, humans had been building ships and weapons just in case aliens came to Earth. Now that day was here. "Danny, get your pilots ready," Jake ordered. "Tony, I want every ship we have moving toward Mars within 6 hours. Sam, send an emergency message to Earth. Tell President Helen Davis what is happening." The next few hours were busy and stressful. Ships launched from Earth, the Moon, and the space stations. Fighter pilots climbed into their cockpits. Soldiers checked their weapons. Engineers worked on the big guns that would be used to defend Mars. Jake watched it all happen from the command center. Colonel Amy Peterson called from Earth to report that all military forces were ready. General Ryan Clark sent word that the ground forces on Mars were digging in and preparing for battle. "Sir," said Dr. Hayes, walking up to Jake with a worried look, "I have been studying the alien ships. Their weapons are unlike anything we have seen. They seem to bend space itself when they fire. What does that mean for us?" Jake asked. "It means our shields might not work against them. Their weapons might go right through our defenses like they are not even there." Jake felt a cold feeling in his stomach, but he did not let it show on his face. His job was to keep everyone calm and focused. Lieutenant Eva Brooks ran up to them. She was in charge of all the weapon systems on the space station. "Commander, we have a problem with the main guns. The power systems are not working right. How long to fix them?" Jake asked. "At least 12 hours, sir," Jake nodded. "Do what you can. We need every weapon working when those ships get here." As the hours passed, more reports came in. The alien fleet was moving fast through the solar system. They passed Jupiter without stopping. They ignored all attempts to talk to them. They just kept coming toward Earth. Captain Steve Adams called from the USS Defender, the biggest warship in Earth's fleet. "Jake, we are taking position behind Mars. All ships are ready for battle." "Good," Jake replied. "Remember, we only get one chance at this. Make every shot count." On Earth, President Davis spoke to all the people of the world. She told them that Earth would not give up without a fight. She said that humans had always faced their problems with courage, and this time would be no different, but Jake knew the truth. The alien ships were bigger and more powerful than anything humans had. They had weapons that could destroy planets. They had been traveling between stars for thousands of years. While humans had only been in space for less than a century, still, Jake felt something inside him that refused to give up. Humans might be weaker and smaller, but they were smart. They could think of new ways to solve problems. They could work together when things got bad. "Sir," said Sam from his desk, "the alien fleet just passed the asteroid belt. They will reach Mars in 18 hours. Jake looked at the screen showing the alien ships. They still flew in perfect formation like a dark cloud moving through space. Each ship was a masterpiece of alien technology, built for war and destruction. "All ships, this is Commander Sullivan," Jake said into his microphone. "In 18 hours we face the biggest challenge in human history. The aliens think we are weak and helpless. They think we will run away or surrender without a fight. They are wrong." He paused and looked around the command center. Every person there was listening to his words. "We are going to show them what humans are made of. We are going to fight for our families, our friends, and our world. And we are going to win." The alien armada continued its deadly approach toward Mars, where the fate of Earth would be decided in the greatest battle humans had ever fought. Jake watched the enemy ships on the screen and made a silent promise. No matter what happened, Earth would not fall without a fight. The countdown to battle had begun. Deep below the surface of Mars, in a secret base that most people did not know existed, Dr. Carol Bennett was working on something that could save humanity. Her hands moved quickly over the controls of a machine that looked like nothing the world had ever seen before. "How much time do we have?" asked engineer Frank Morris as he checked the power readings on his screen. 16 hours until the aliens reach Mars," Carol replied without looking up from her work. "We need to get these weapons ready now." The secret project was called Titan, and it had been hidden from the public for 20 years. The government had been preparing for this day, building weapons that could fight enemies from space. Carol had spent most of her adult life working on these quantum torpedoes. "The torpedoes are different from normal weapons," Carol explained to Frank. "They can pass through alien shields like the shields are not even there. The aliens will not expect this." Captain Danny White walked into the underground laboratory. His flight suit was already on and ready for battle. "Doctor, are my fighters going to have these new weapons?" "Yes," Carol said with a small smile. "Each of your ships will carry 12 quantum torpedoes. But Danny, you need to understand something important. These weapons have never been used in real battle before. We only tested them on old human ships." Danny nodded. "We will make them work, Doctor. We have to." Above ground, Admiral Paul Johnson was meeting with his top commanders in a room filled with computer screens and maps of space. The room was in the main Mars Defense Center, a huge building that controlled all the weapons on the planet. "The aliens think we are weak," Admiral Johnson said to the group. "They see our ships and think we have simple weapons like bullets and missiles. They do not know about our real technology." Colonel Beth Williams pointed to a map on the wall. "Sir, our ships are positioned here, here, and here around Mars. It looks like we are just trying to protect the planet. But really we are setting up a trap." Commander Nick Davis was studying the alien fleet on his tablet computer. "The enemy ships are flying in straight lines. They follow the same pattern every time. This makes them easy to predict." "That is exactly what we want," said Admiral Johnson. "Let them think we are simple and easy to beat. When they get close, we will show them how wrong they are." In another part of the Mars base, programmer Alex Turner was working on the most important computer system ever built. It was an artificial intelligence that could learn and think almost like a human brain. The AI will control our ship weapons during the battle, Alex explained to Major Linda Thompson. It can learn how the aliens fight and change our tactics in seconds. The aliens will not be able to keep up. Linda watched the AI system running on dozens of computer screens. Numbers and patterns moved across the screens faster than human eyes could follow. How smart is it? Smart enough to win this war, Alex said confidently. The aliens have better ships and bigger guns, but they think in straight lines. Our AI can think in ways they never imagined. Dr. Rachel Green was in the physics laboratory with scientist Carl Lewis. They had made a discovery that could change everything. Rachel held up a small device that looked like a metal cylinder. We found the weakness in alien shields, Rachel said excitedly. Their shields are very strong, but they cannot handle weapons that change energy frequency very quickly. Carl pointed to a chart on the wall. Look at these numbers. If we change our weapon frequency fast enough, their shields will not know how to protect against it. It will be like punching through paper. Chief Engineer Mary Scott was in the engine room of the USS Defender, the biggest warship in the human fleet. She was making changes to all the weapon systems based on what Rachel and Carl had discovered. Every gun on every ship is being modified right now, Mary reported to Captain Steve Adams over the communication system. In 6 hours all, our weapons will be able to change frequency faster than alien shields can adapt. Steve was on the bridge of the Defender, looking out at the other human ships positioned around Mars. There were not as many ships as the aliens had, but each one had been upgraded with the best technology humans could build. Mary, what about the big guns on Mars? Steve asked. Those are ready too, Captain. The planet-based weapons will be our ace in the hole. The aliens will not expect ground-based guns to be so powerful. Lieutenant Eva Brooks was in the Weapons Control Center deep inside Mars. Around her, hundreds of people worked at computer stations, preparing the defense systems that were hidden all over the planet and in the asteroid belt. The automated gun platforms are online, Eva reported to her commander. We have over 500 hidden weapons scattered throughout the solar system. The aliens will fly right into our trap. Commander Julie Parker was with her squadron of fighter pilots in the hangar bay. The small, fast ships looked tiny compared to the big alien vessels they would soon fight. But Julie knew that sometimes small and fast was better than big and slow. Listen up, everyone, Julie said to her pilots. Our job is to get in close to the alien ships and hit them with the quantum torpedoes. We go in fast, shoot, and get out before they can react. What if the new weapons do not work? Asked one of the younger pilots. Then we keep fighting with everything we have, Julie replied firmly. But I believe in our scientists. These weapons will work. Major Greg Turner was in the asteroid belt, checking on the hidden weapons platforms that had been built there over many years. The platforms looked like regular asteroids from the outside, but inside they were filled with powerful guns and missiles. The aliens will fly right past these weapons, Greg reported to Mars Command. They will not know what hit them until it is too late. Back on the secret Mars base, Dr. Bennett was putting the finishing touches on the quantum torpedoes. Each weapon was about the size of a human and glowed with a soft blue light. These torpedoes use quantum physics to pass through solid matter, she explained to Frank Morris. When they hit an alien ship, they will explode inside the hull where the shields cannot protect them. Frank loaded the torpedoes into transport vehicles that would take them to the fighter ships. Carol, do you really think we can win this battle? Carol looked at him with serious eyes. Frank, these aliens have been conquering planets for thousands of years. They have destroyed civilizations that were older and more advanced than us. But they have never fought humans before. What makes us different? Frank asked. We do not give up, Carol said simply, and rethink of solutions they never expect. Every human invention happened because someone refused to accept that something was impossible. As the final preparations were made, the alien fleet continued moving toward Mars. The Kethver ships maintained their perfect formation, confident that they would easily destroy the primitive human forces, but hidden throughout the solar system. Human technology waited. Quantum torpedoes that could pass through any shield. Artificial intelligence that could outthink any enemy. Weapons that could change faster than alien defenses could adapt. The aliens were about to learn that humans were not as helpless as they appeared. In just a few hours, the greatest battle in human history would begin, and Earth's children would show the galaxy what they were truly capable of achieving. The alien fleet reached Mars orbit exactly when the computers predicted they would. Commander Jake Sullivan watched from the bridge of the USS Defender as 300 massive alien ships moved into position around the red planet. Each ship was bigger than anything humans had ever built, and they glowed with purple energy that made the space around them look dangerous. "All ships, this is Admiral Sullivan," Jake spoke into his communication device. "The enemy has arrived. Remember your training. Remember what we are fighting for. Today we defend our home." The lead alien ship, which was twice as big as the others, moved forward. Suddenly, bright purple beams of energy shot out from its weapons. The beams were so powerful they lit up the darkness of space like lightning during a storm. Captain Tony Martinez was on the bridge of the heavy cruiser USS Liberty when the first alien weapons hit his ship. The energy beams struck the hull and made the entire ship shake like it was in an earthquake. "Shields are holding," reported his weapons officer, "but barely. Those alien guns are stronger than anything we have ever seen." "Return fire," Tony ordered. "All guns target the lead ship." The human weapons fired back, sending streams of energy and missiles toward the alien vessels. But the alien shields glowed brighter and absorbed the attacks like they were nothing more than raindrops. Captain Danny White was in his fighter cockpit, leading a squadron of 20 fast attack ships toward the alien formation. His hands gripped the controls tightly as he flew between the massive enemy vessels. "This is Eagle Leader," Danny said over the radio. "Beginning attack run on the alien command ship. All fighters, stay close and watch for enemy fighters." The small human fighters looked like tiny insects next to the huge alien ships, but Danny knew that sometimes being small was an advantage. The fighters could move fast and hide in the shadows of the bigger ships. "Quantum torpedoes ready," said Lieutenant Bob Harris from the fighter next to Danny, targeting the alien hull. "Fire when ready," Danny ordered. The quantum torpedoes shot out from the human fighters. They were small blue dots of light that moved very fast through space. When they hit the alien ships, something amazing happened. Instead of bouncing off the shields like normal weapons, the torpedoes passed right through them. The alien hull exploded in bright flashes of fire and metal. The enemy ship shook and pieces of it broke off and floated away into space. "Direct hit," Danny shouted with excitement. "The quantum torpedoes work. They go right through their shields." Admiral Lisa Rodriguez was watching the battle from the Mars Command Center. She saw the alien ships start to turn and face the human fleet. The aliens had been surprised by the torpedo attack, but they were starting to fight back harder. "Activate the asteroid belt defenses," she ordered Major Greg Turner. In the asteroid belt, hidden weapons platforms that looked like rocks suddenly came to life. Big guns came out of fake asteroid surfaces and started shooting at the alien ships from behind. The aliens did not expect to be attacked from that direction. Many of their ships turned to face the new threat, but this left them open to attacks from the human fleet near Mars. "Perfect," said Admiral Rodriguez with a smile. "They are splitting their forces. Now we can hit them from both sides." Commander Julie Parker led her fighter squadron in a diving attack on a group of alien destroyers. Her ship was fast and could turn quickly, making it hard for the big alien guns to hit her. "Julie, to all fighters," she said over the radio, "use hit-and-run tactics. Get in fast, shoot your torpedoes, then get out before they can target you." The human fighters swarmed around the alien ships like angry bees. They would fly close, fire their quantum torpedoes, then speed away before the aliens could shoot back. Each torpedo that hit caused explosions inside the alien hulls. On the alien Command ship, the Kethver admiral, was getting angry. The battle was not going the way he had planned. These humans were supposed to be weak and easy to defeat, but their weapons were hurting his ships. How are their weapons getting through our shields? The alien admiral asked his weapons officer. Unknown. Admiral, our shields are at full power, but their torpedoes are passing through like the shields do not exist. Increase power to weapons, the alien admiral ordered. Destroy all human ships. Show them the power of the Kethver Empire. The alien fleet started firing all their weapons at once. Purple energy beams filled the space around Mars. Some human ships were hit and exploded in balls of fire. But the human fleet did not run away. Instead, they fought back even harder. Captain Steve Adams was commanding the USS Defender when alien weapons hit his ship. The bridge shook and sparks flew from the computer consoles. Damage report, Steve called out. Hull breach on Deck 7, reported Chief Engineer Mary Scott. We lost 2 gun turrets, but the main weapons are still working. Good, target that alien heavy cruiser and fire everything we have. The Defender's guns fired at the alien ship. The weapons had been modified to change energy frequency very quickly, just like Dr. Rachel Green had discovered. The alien shields could not adapt fast enough to stop the attack. The alien cruiser's shields flickered and failed. Human weapons hit the hull directly, causing huge explosions. The alien ship started to drift sideways, its engines smoking and failing. Their shields are down, Steve reported to the fleet. Concentrate fire on damaged ships. Do not let them recover. Lieutenant Eva Brooks was controlling the big guns on Mars' surface. These weapons were even more powerful than the ones on the ships. When she fired them, they sent energy beams that could destroy an entire alien ship with one shot. Mars guns firing, Eva announced. Targeting alien battleship. The massive energy beam shot up from Mars and hit an alien ship that was 3 miles long. The ship's hull cracked down the middle and the ship broke into 2 pieces. Both pieces exploded in bright flashes that lit up the planet below. Commander Nick Davis was leading a group of human destroyers in an attack on the alien right flank. His ships were smaller than the alien vessels, but they were faster and could change direction quickly. Use the planet's gravity to increase our speed, Nick ordered his ships. Swing around Mars and hit them from below. The human ships dove toward Mars, using the planet's gravity to make them go faster. Then they pulled up at the last second and fired all their weapons at the alien ships from underneath. The aliens had not expected an attack from that direction. Colonel Beth Williams was watching the battle from her command post. She could see that the human tactics were working. The aliens were used to fighting enemies who used the same kind of weapons they did. But humans were different. They thought of new ways to fight that the aliens had never seen before. The alien formation is breaking up, she reported to Admiral Rodriguez. They are not working together as well as they were before. Perfect, the Admiral replied. Order all ships to press the attack. Do not give them time to reorganize. The space around Mars was filled with explosions and energy beams. Human fighters flew between the alien ships like metal birds, firing their quantum torpedoes and causing destruction wherever they went. The big human warships stayed back and used their long-range guns to target alien ships that were already damaged. As the battle continued, more alien ships were destroyed. Their perfect formation was gone, and they were fighting as individual ships instead of working together. The humans were winning, but the fight was far from over. The alien admiral realized he had made a mistake. These humans were not the weak enemy he had expected. They were smart and brave, and their weapons were more dangerous than he had thought possible. But he still had more ships than the humans, and he was not ready to give up yet. The alien fleet was in trouble, and their admiral knew it. Half of his ships were damaged or destroyed, floating in pieces around Mars. The humans had surprised him with weapons and tactics he had never seen before. But the Kethver Empire had been conquering worlds for thousands of years, and they were not ready to give up. Reform the battle line, the alien admiral ordered his remaining ships. Group together and focus all firepower on their largest ships. We will crush them with pure force. The surviving alien vessels started to move into a new formation. They pulled back from the human fleet and tried to organize themselves into fighting groups. But Admiral Lisa Rodriguez had been watching and waiting for exactly this moment. "Now, we show them what human teamwork really looks like," she said from the Mars Command Center. "All ships execute flanking maneuver 7. Captain Derek Stone was commanding the heavy cruiser USS Thunderbolt when he received the order. He had been waiting behind Mars with a group of 20 ships, hidden from the alien sensors by the planet itself. "This is Strike Group Alpha," Derek announced over the radio. "We are moving to attack position. All ships, follow my lead." Derek's ships came around Mars like a pack of wolves hunting. The aliens were trying to reorganize their formation when suddenly 20 human warships appeared. On their left side, firing all their weapons, the alien ships on that side were caught completely off guard. They had been focusing on the human fleet in front of them and did not expect an attack from the side. Derek's ships fired their modified weapons that could change energy frequency faster than alien shields could adapt. "Direct hits across the line," reported Captain Megan Price from the USS Storm. "Enemy shields are failing. Their ships are taking heavy damage." At the same time, Dr. Kevin Hayes had made an important discovery about how the aliens communicated with each other. He was working with Lieutenant Commander Tracy Bell in the Communications Center on Mars. "The aliens use a single frequency for all their ship-to-ship communications," Kevin explained to Tracy. "If we can jam that frequency, they will not be able to talk to each other during the battle." "Can we do that without affecting our own communications?" Tracy asked. "Yes, our ships use a completely different system. We can jam the aliens without hurting ourselves." Tracy started working on her equipment. Within minutes, she had found the alien communication frequency and began sending out a powerful jamming signal. All across the battle area, alien ships suddenly could not talk to each other. The alien admiral tried to send orders to his ships, but his messages were not getting through. The jamming signal made it impossible for the aliens to coordinate their attacks or work together as a team. "Perfect," said Admiral Rodriguez when she heard the news. "Without communication, they cannot fight as a unified force. Each ship will have to fight alone." Major Joel King was leading a squadron of fast attack ships when he saw the alien confusion. The enemy vessels were firing in all directions, not sure where the human attacks were coming from. "All ships, this is King," he said over the radio. "The aliens are confused and separated. Attack individual ships. Do not let them regroup." Joel's ships spread out and began hunting the alien vessels one by one. They would surround a single alien ship and attack it from all sides with quantum torpedoes. Without support from other ships, the aliens could not defend themselves effectively. The alien admiral realized his fleet was falling apart. His ships could not communicate with each other, and the humans were picking them off one at a time. He had to do something quickly or his entire fleet would be destroyed. "All ships, retreat to the outer system," he tried to broadcast. But his message was jammed like all the others. The alien ships near him saw him turning away and started to follow. But most of his fleet did not know what was happening. Commander Ian Ross was in charge of the human interceptor squadrons. He had been positioned at the edge of the solar system, waiting for exactly this moment. "The aliens are trying to retreat," Ian reported to Admiral Rodriguez. "We have ships positioned at all the escape routes. They are not getting away." Ian's fast ships moved to block the alien retreat. They fired their weapons at the alien engines, trying to stop the enemy ships from escaping. Many alien vessels found themselves trapped between the human interceptors and the main human fleet. Captain Brad Nelson was flying his fighter through the middle of the alien formation when he saw something important. The alien command ship, the biggest vessel in their fleet, was trying to escape. Its engines were glowing brighter as it tried to get away from the battle. "This is Nelson," Brad announced over the radio. "The alien flagship is trying to run. All available ships, target the command vessel. Do not let it escape." Commander Ashley Grant was leading a group of heavy fighters when she heard Brad's message. Her ships were armed with the most powerful quantum torpedoes the humans had built. Grunt. To all squadrons, she said. We're going after the flagship. Stay together and watch out for enemy defensive fire. Ashley's ships flew toward the massive alien command vessel. The ship was over 6 miles long and had more weapons than any other ship in the alien fleet. As the human fighters got closer, the alien ship started firing at them with everything it had. Purple energy beams filled the space around the fighters. 2 human ships were hit and exploded in bright flashes. But Ashley and her remaining pilots kept flying toward the alien ship. Target the command section, Ashley ordered. If we can destroy their bridge, the whole ship will be helpless. The human fighters fired their quantum torpedoes at the alien flagship. The blue energy weapons passed through the alien shields and hit the hull directly. Explosions bloomed across the surface of the massive ship. Captain Greg Wallace was commanding the USS Ranger when he saw the alien flagship in trouble. The huge ship was damaged and slowing down, making it an easy target for the bigger human weapons. All battleships, concentrate fire on the alien command ship, Greg ordered. This is our chance to end this battle. The human battleships turned their big guns toward the alien flagship. When they fired, streams of energy that could destroy entire city blocks hit the alien ship. The flagship's hull began to crack and break apart inside the alien command ship. The Kethvar admiral knew his fleet was defeated. His ships were scattered and could not communicate with each other. The humans had weapons that could pass through, shields and tactics that his people had never seen before. How is this possible? The alien admiral asked his officers. These humans are supposed to be primitive. They've only been in space for a few decades. Admiral, the human weapons are unlike anything in our records, his science officer replied. They use quantum technology that we have never encountered before. The alien admiral realized that his empire had made a terrible mistake. They had thought humans were weak because they were young. But the humans had used their short time in space to develop weapons and tactics that were completely new. Send a message to the home fleet, the admiral ordered. Tell them that Earth is not to be attacked. These humans are too dangerous. But before the message could be sent, the flagship shook violently. More human weapons hit the ship, and the lights went out on the bridge. The alien command ship was dying, and there was nothing the admiral could do to save it. All around Mars, the alien fleet was being destroyed. Without their command ship and without the ability to communicate, the surviving alien vessels fought, desperately but uselessly. The humans had turned the battle into a hunt, and the aliens were the prey. The tide of the battle had completely turned. What had started as an alien attack on a weak human world had become a disaster for the Kethvar Empire. The aliens were learning that humans might be young, but they were far from helpless. The alien flagship was breaking apart. Commander Ashley Grant watched from her fighter cockpit as the massive 6-mile-long ship cracked down the middle like a broken stick. Pieces of alien metal and technology floated away into space, glowing red-hot from the explosions inside. The command ship is finished, Ashley reported over the radio. I repeat, the alien flagship is destroyed. On the bridge of the USS Defender, Admiral Jake Sullivan felt a moment of hope. The biggest alien ship was gone, but there were still enemy vessels scattered around Mars. Some were trying to escape, others were still fighting, and a few were just floating in space with their engines dead. All ships, continue the attack, Jake ordered. Do not let any alien vessel escape this system. We end this here and now. Captain Brad Nelson was chasing 3 alien destroyers that were trying to run away toward Jupiter. His fighter squadron was faster than the big alien ships, and they caught up quickly. Target their engines, Brad told his pilots. We stop them from running, then we finish them. The human fighters fired their quantum torpedoes at the back of the alien ships. The blue energy weapons passed through the alien shields and hit their engines directly. One by one, the alien ships stopped moving and began to drift helplessly through space. Brad to Fleet Command, he reported. 3 more alien ships disabled. They are not going anywhere. Near the asteroid belt, Major Greg Turner was commanding the hidden weapons platforms that had surprised the aliens earlier. Most of the alien ships in his area were already destroyed, but a few were still trying to fight back. Platform 7 to Platform 12, Greg said over the communication system. Concentrate fire on that alien cruiser. It is still dangerous. The hidden guns fired together, sending streams of energy at the damaged alien ship. The alien vessel tried to turn and fight back, but it was too badly hurt. When the human weapons hit it, the ship exploded in a ball of fire that could be seen from Mars. Captain Derek Stone was leading his strike group in the final attacks against the remaining alien ships. Most of the enemy vessels were now alone and cut off from each other. Without their command ship and without communication, they were easy targets. "This is like shooting fish in a barrel," Derek said to Captain Megan Price over the radio. "The aliens do not know how to fight without their formation and orders." "Do not get overconfident," Megan replied. "Some of these ships are still dangerous. Stay alert." As if to prove her point, an alien battleship suddenly came to life and fired all its weapons at Derek's ship. The purple energy beams hit the USS Thunderbolt and made the entire ship shake. "Minor damage to the hull," Derek's engineer reported. "Shields held. We can keep fighting." "Good. Return fire with everything we have. Let us finish this alien ship." The Thunderbolt and 3 other human ships surrounded the alien battleship and fired their modified weapons. The alien shields flickered and failed under the constant attack. Human weapons hit the alien hull directly, causing explosions all along the ship's surface. The alien battleship tried to turn and escape, but it was too late. Captain Greg Wallace brought the USS Ranger into position and fired the ship's main guns. The massive energy beams hit the alien ship and tore it apart. Another enemy vessel was destroyed. On Mars, Dr. Kevin Hayes was monitoring the alien communication frequencies. Most of the alien ships had stopped trying to send messages, but he could still hear a few weak signals. "Admiral," Kevin reported to Lisa Rodriguez, "the remaining alien ships are sending surrender signals. They are asking us to stop attacking." Admiral Rodriguez thought for a moment. The aliens had come to destroy Earth and kill everyone on the planet. They had threatened to wipe out the human race, but now they were asking for mercy. "Tell them we will accept their surrender if they shut down all weapons and engines," she decided. "Any ship that tries to escape or fight will be destroyed." Lieutenant Commander Tracy Bell sent the message to the surviving alien ships. Most of them immediately turned off their weapons and stopped moving. A few tried to escape, but human ships chased them down and destroyed them quickly. Commander Ian Ross was leading the final hunt for escaping alien vessels. His interceptor ships were spread out across the solar system, making sure no enemy escaped to tell others about Earth's defenses. Ross, "To all units," he said over the radio, "we have 3 alien ships trying to reach the edge of the solar system. Do not let them get away." Ian's ships moved to surround the fleeing aliens. The enemy vessels were damaged and slow, making them easy to catch. When the human ships fired their quantum torpedoes, the alien ships exploded one after another. "That is the last of them," Ian reported. "No alien ships have escaped. The entire enemy fleet has been destroyed or captured." The space around Mars was now filled with the wreckage of the alien Armada. Pieces of destroyed ships floated everywhere, along with the few alien vessels that had surrendered. In just 6 hours, the mighty Kethver fleet had been completely defeated. Captain Danny White landed his fighter on the USS Defender and walked to the bridge. His flight suit was covered in sweat, and he looked tired but happy. "Admiral," Danny reported to Jake Sullivan, "all fighter squadrons have returned safely. We lost only 8 ships out of over 200. The quantum torpedoes worked perfectly." Jake nodded with satisfaction. "Good work, Danny. Your pilots fought like heroes today." On the surface of Mars, Colonel Amy Peterson was coordinating the cleanup operations. There was alien wreckage scattered across half the solar system, and some of it contained technology that could be very useful to humans. "We need to secure all the alien technology we can find," Amy told her teams. "This could help us build even better defenses for the future." Dr. Carol Bennett was already studying pieces of alien ships that had been brought to the Mars base. The alien technology was very advanced, but she could see that human quantum weapons had been more effective than the aliens expected. The aliens built their shields to stop energy weapons and solid projectiles, Carol explained to engineer Frank Morris. But they never imagined weapons that could pass through solid matter using quantum physics. So our advantage was thinking differently, Frank said. Exactly. The aliens have been using the same technology for thousands of years. They became too confident and stopped innovating. Humans have only been in space for decades, but we never stopped learning and improving. President Helen Davis appeared on screens throughout the human fleet. She had been watching the battle from Earth, and now she wanted to speak to the brave men and women who had saved their world. People of Earth, the president said, today you have witnessed the greatest victory in human history. Our brave defenders have defeated an alien armada that came to destroy us. They have shown the galaxy that humanity will never surrender to tyranny. The president paused and looked directly into the camera. But this victory is about more than just winning a battle. It proves that human courage, intelligence, and determination can overcome any challenge. The aliens thought we were weak because we are young. They learned today that being young also means being creative and adaptable. Admiral Jake Sullivan was standing on the bridge of the Defender, looking out at the debris field that had once been the alien fleet. Captain Tony Martinez walked up beside him. "Jake, what do you think will happen now?" Tony asked. "Will more aliens come to attack Earth?" Jake thought for a moment before answering. "Maybe, but if they do, they will know what happened here. Word of this battle will spread throughout the galaxy. Other alien races will learn that humans are not easy prey." "And if they still want to fight us?" Tony asked. Jake smiled. "Then we will be ready for them. Today we proved that human ingenuity can defeat superior technology. We showed that teamwork and creativity are more powerful than bigger guns and stronger shields." As the human fleet began the long process of cleaning up the battlefield, news of the victory was spreading to every human colony in the solar system. People celebrated in the streets of Earth's cities. Children looked up at the stars and felt proud that their species had defended their homes so bravely. The alien armada that had come to conquer Earth was now nothing but floating wreckage. The Kethver Empire had learned a hard lesson about underestimating humanity, and humans had proven to themselves and to the galaxy that they were ready to take their place among the stars as a force to be respected and feared. The battle was over. Earth was safe. And humanity had announced to the universe that they were not going anywhere.